So this heifer got mad and decides she's going to get on her cell phone. He didn't act the way I wanted to. I will show him that I will punish him. So they sabotage themselves. I don't care about none of that. I'm going to show him something. Do you realize your back broke again? I don't care. First of all, ladies, let's be very clear about something. You can't punish a man who produces. All you can really do is piss him off, and what's going to happen is one day he's going to get up and find somebody with some sense. But you can't punish a man who's a producer. That doesn't work. Now, let me tell you the other mistake that Little Miss Brown Bedwench made. She thought she was smart by blowing up this dude's spot. There are more black women who are broke today, and I'm talking to the women today. Understand something. You want to talk about how much better your non-black counterparts get treated? There are more black women who... Black women are the poorest women on the planet because they are willing to have an emotional tantrum and get mad at a millionaire and leave herself broke and destitute on the street. Or they will take a man who has money and help him lose it on some emotional crap. No other group of people operate that way. A white woman is not going to get with a white man that has money and try to make him lose it. She's going to say, no, he needs to drop it over here. Ask Charlie Sheen. But she is not going to try to sabotage his money-making ability. She's going to plug into his system, maybe get hooked up on the alimony and child support hustle, but she is not going to try to make him get fired from his NBA team. How many times have we seen that? Is this thing on? She's not going to try to get him fired from his NFL team. Ain't that right, Ray Rice? She's not going to try to get him fired. She's going to try to make sure his money keep rolling. Why? Because she's like, I don't fool with you no more like that, but I'm not going to watch my lifestyle go south because of you. I'm not going to watch that happen. So they sabotage themselves. I don't care about none of that. I'm going to show him something. Do you realize your back broke again? I don't care. Them white women were on that boat saying, damn that. There's an Audi A7 in this deal somewhere. There's an Audi A7 or an A8 in this deal somewhere that I ain't got to pay for. That's what I'm looking at. Damn what he talking about. There's a luxury car in here with my name on it. And I am not going to turn the goose that laid the golden eggs into chicken broth. I'm not going to do that. So this heifer got mad and decides she's going to get on her cell phone. He didn't act the way I wanted to. I will show him that I will punish him. First of all, ladies, let's be very clear about something. You can't punish a man who produces. All you can really do is piss him off, and what's going to happen is one day he's going to get up and find somebody with some sense. But you can't punish a man who's a producer. That doesn't work. Ask Foxy Brown how punishing Jay-Z worked out for her. Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't supposed to say that, was I? I'm supposed to pretend I didn't know that. Okay. I wasn't supposed to bring it up? All right. Ask Dwight Howard's wife how trying to punish him worked out. Ask Deion Sanders' ex-wife how trying to punish him worked out. You see, the dumb niggas can get done like that, but they were going to go sink anyway. A man who produces, you can't do him like that. Ask Chris Brown's baby mama. She tried it. A man who is producing, you can't punish him like that. Amber Rose has been trying to punish Kanye West now for what, 3-4 years? This man has gotten married to a woman. He's got children with her, and Amber Rose is still being pissy with him. She is still sitting up here talking about this man and being grimy. She's still trying to punish him. She is failing spectacularly. But somewhere in her deluded mind, she's told herself that she has the ability to punish him. Ladies, you can't punish a producer. You can punish bum niggas. You can't punish a producer. So you best try to figure out how you can get with the team. That's the only real play you got left. See if there's some equity in the game left for you. That's what those 5 white women were doing. They stayed behind because they understood the money is on this boat. If this raggedy looking little brown chick really had something going for her out there back on the dock, she never would have come here in the first place. The white women understood, yeah, I can get off the boat, but the money is right here on the boat. I didn't leave anything over there on the dock. I got on the boat because the money is all right here. The connections are here. The opportunities are here. What did I leave on the dock? What did I leave there? All she's done is help him. Because he's got something to offer. All she's got to offer is her pitching and moaning and complaining. But she doesn't have anything to offer. He's the one with something to give. What's she got to give? What's she got to offer? What benefits can you get from knowing her? I'm trying to get you to understand that as females, you all have to understand that maybe you can work smarter and not harder. See, as men, we have to struggle to make those kind of connections. A woman can make those kind of connections just walking in the room. Look at Kim K. She walks in the room to get connections. She wanted connections in the cosmetics industry, in the fashion industry, in the clothing industry. And she made them. She wasn't trying to get a bunch of people in the bed. She was trying to make connections. And it happened that easily for her. For men, it doesn't happen that way. Take a look at that. Kim Kardashian had the fashion houses open up the doors for her. Her husband, Kanye, this nigga is willing to spend $50 or $100 million and can't get them to return his phone calls. Do you understand that? Kim K can get the retailers to take her stuff. Her husband, Kanye, he can't even get the people he's trying to talk to return his damn calls. He's all on national TV and international TV and everything else, whining and complaining and moaning and everything else and singing the blues. But so far, nobody's calling him. I bet you they'd call his wife. But he's not trying to do this for his wife. He's trying to do it for himself. As a woman, you can walk into a situation and start networking far more easily than a man if you are their own business and asking the right questions. Now, if you just came to show up and look cute and say, let me see if I can get him to take care of me, you might wind up getting run through. But if you are really serious about networking, a man is going to respond to that. These other chicks came here on some superficial stuff, but you came here on business. A man is going to respect your business mind. If that's what you're about, he's going to respect that. These other chicks you take to bed. This one right here, you take to the conference room. She's on something different. You got to treat her differently. Because she's multi-dimensional. These other ones are one-dimensional. She's multi-dimensional. Getting something good looking in bed is not hard. Getting something that is after your wallet is not hard. Getting something that can make your wallet bigger, that's hard. And if you demonstrate that's what you're about, men who produce are going to gravitate to that. They're going to start bidding wars over it. They're going to start competing for you. But you're never going to get that far if everybody that you know is working at Arby's. That's not going to happen. So you have got to implant yourself and insert yourself in circles where you are going to have the opportunities to meet those kind of people. If you can meet fellas with their own yacht at your house and they just came to your front door, you never have to leave your house. It doesn't work that way. You have got to put yourself in the position to meet those people. They're not going to come find you. You got to put yourself there. The white women, they put themselves in the game. You at least got to say that. The black chick, she walked off the field, and not only did she walk off the field, she is doing victory laps and talking about, yay, I won. Now, when Inside Edition talked to her, she's got a bunch of boxes and stuff behind her. It looks like she's in a storage closet. But she's telling the world that she won because she thinks she put this guy on blast. I was watching a video, I think with the Drink Club, and they were talking about, to E40. Good video for you to watch, by the way. And E40 was running down game about his record deal set up, because now he's independent. But for those of you who don't know, I got a Vibe magazine here that shows E40 from like 12, 14 years ago. Back around 2002, 2001. 10, 12, 14 years ago. I forget exactly what year it was. I'm trying to remember. It was between 2001 and 2004, somewhere around there. And it was talking about how he was with one of these ex-football players, and they were opening up some fat burger franchises. So for those of you who thought that the game stopped for him after the record business, please. He'll tell you in a minute, the grip don't quit. He's got that. Now he's got beer and liquor. I think he's in Costco's now. They carry his stuff in Costco's. He's talking about trying to get it nationwide from coast to coast and getting hooked up on the East Coast now because he's from the Bay. So he's wanting to get hooked up on the East Coast. Now, there were some people who didn't like the video. Well, why? Because I think he was talking to Noriega. And they were talking about smoking weed and drinking, and Noriega's talking about popping pills, and E40's like, he don't do that and stuff. But we had some folk who were sitting there talking about they didn't like that. People, you're not here to marry him. You're not here to marry any of these fellas. You are supposed to be here to figure out how to elevate your damn life. Why? Because he's doing a hell of a lot better than you, and maybe if you shut your damn mouth and listen, you can find out how to do better yourself. Most black folk are raised by failures, and those failures, whether it's your single mother or your deadbeat dad or your uncle or whatever, taught you that losing was honorable. You don't need no money, you can be broke and honorable. What the hell? So they told you it was a mark of honor to get rid of people who are useful, and that it was more honorable to have people who tickle your fancy or indulge your personal sensibilities, even if they can't do a damn thing for you, even if they're useless. It's better to have a useless person who agrees with your sensibilities, even if they're warped and futile, than to have a useful person who offends you in some ways with their personal behavior. Damn their personal behavior. If he wants to go do mollies and ecstasy, that's his personal problem. That's his problem, not mine. I'm here to figure out how I can get some fat burger franchises and how I can get a winery and how I can get an independent record label where the split is 83-17, as he said. I'm trying to figure out how I can get that. If I knew how to get it, I wouldn't have to talk to him. I'd have it already. But if you ain't already got it, you need to shut your trap and listen to somebody who knows. All you need is his information. You're not here to marry him. You're not here to redeem his eternal soul. You are here to find out what you need to know to get your situation straight. And where he's slipping, you can patch up those holes. That's what you are supposed to do. Black folks sit up here and get in a pissing contest with people over stuff that don't damn well matter. You're trying to micromanage somebody else's life. He's got information. What the hell are you doing trying to argue with him about his personal business? I went to D.C. I filmed that old post office building that Donald Trump has converted into the Trump International Hotel. It's on Pennsylvania Ave. It's a few blocks from the White House, and it's 7-8 blocks from the Capitol building, right there. I've been there. I've been there 4 or 5 times now. I think now they just opened it last week. They just opened it to people to come and it's the rooms, the suites are $700 a night, I think it is. And they sell the champagne by the spoonful. I think it's like $100-something a spoon. Yeah. And let me tell you right now, Donald Trump is a racist. Donald Trump is a bigot. Donald Trump is a white supremacist. And if he were standing in front of me right now, I would turn off this microphone without even telling you all good night. I would turn on my recorder and I would record every single word he says about real estate, about bridge loans, about equity, about venture capital, about capital sources. I would record every damn thing. I would cut off the black channel tonight and wouldn't even tell you all I was gone. Yeah, it's just that serious. I'm not here to marry him. I am not here to get him to like black folk. He has something I can use. And I am supposed to access that which I can use for the benefit of myself and my people. But black folk do not know the difference between business and personal. Too many bastard babies raised in single mother homes. Sorry, gotta say it to you blunt like that. But your mamas are obviously not teaching you all how to conduct business. Business has nothing to do with whether or not you like somebody. She's taught you whorehouse rules. If somebody offends you, then you try to emotionally get back at them. And that's stupid. That's not how business is done. You find out who's useful and you stay connected to them. Everything is not always going to go the way you want it to, but you are never supposed to betray that which is in your best interest. And ego is almost always not in your best interests. Let me tell you again, your ego is practically never what is in your best interests. Your ego is usually what gets you into trouble, and if you got a big ego, it'll usually prevent you from being able to get out of it. Young Guru did that video, and I see that most black folk didn't get a damn thing from it. When he said that when I talk to a record company, it is a business arrangement. They don't have no love for me, and I don't have no love for them. It is straight business. You take care of your damn business, you can get your lovin' somewhere else. But get your money right. Love you first, you right. Broke niggas got big egos. Broke niggas got the biggest egos. And that's why they got the smallest pockets. Because their ego says don't let anybody around you who doesn't inflate your ego. The problem is if you're losing, you need to hear the truth. And the truth is probably going to deflate your ego, because if your ego were right, you wouldn't be losing. You need somebody who's going to correct you. And correcting you is probably going to bruise your little ego some, but it will fix your problem. Now, which do you care about more, your ego or fixing your problem? Most black folk care about their egos. Our economics dire straits prove that. You can laugh at Kevin Hart all you want to. He's short. He's not funny. He was kissing Dwayne Johnson on the mouth. Yeah, I saw all that. I saw it all. And if Kevin Hart was standing here right now, I would cut this damn microphone off and we would be chopping game at an industrial level. We would be chopping up game on a cosmic level. I'd want to know everything. Because when you got Sony Corporation bowing the knee, yeah, I want that kind of power right there. I don't want to complain about Amy Pascal. I want the ability to get her to bow down. That's what I'm looking for. And he got it. He got it, and I'm trying to get it. I'm not here to ask him about his damn sexual habits. That ain't got nothing to do with me. What he and I do have in common is the money. He got more of it than me, and I'm trying to get raised up. Ego has no place in this discussion because you can't pass on your damn ego to your children, people. Your ego isn't going to feed your kids, clothe them, and put a roof over their heads, people. And black folk today would rather their children be homeless and naked than for their parents to suck up their egos and get some damn sense. I don't ask anybody that I do business with what they feel about black empowerment or how they feel about black people. I ask them, can they get me what I want? And if they can, only thing we got left to discuss is how much it's going to cost me. These are not my friends. They're not my family. This is business. This is about the acquisition of power, wealth, and influence. They got it and I'm trying to get it. And that's the psychology that I subscribe to. And when you raise your daughter to get into a position with people who got 4 and 5 and 6 times as much money as she's got, and yet you fail to be able to teach her how to twist and bend and manipulate that position to her advantage, you have failed as a mother, you have failed as a father, and you have failed as human beings. Because you have created and raised a deficient child. You failed. She was not the cutest thing on that boat. As a matter of fact, she was probably the least cutest thing. Most melanated, least cute. But you know what? I've seen females look a lot worse than her and get a lot more done. You're supposed to teach your daughter how to get herself in position to thrive wherever she is. You're supposed to teach her the men who are useful from the ones who are not. That chick is the kind of heifer who stood up here, she'll get with a broke white man and be talking about, I got a good one. Meanwhile, the one with some means, she just let him float off on the boat, and she's going to tell you all she's winning. Let me repeat that for you. This chick will sit up here because of Inside Edition. She'll grab a broke white man and tell y'all she's winning. Meanwhile, the Arab is running off with the yacht. You got it screwed up, people. You got it screwed up. And this is not about teaching your daughters to be gold diggers. This is about teaching your daughter how to recognize what is useful from what is not. You're supposed to be teaching your children how to recognize what is useful and how to use that to their advantage. How to get put into any situation and see, how can I benefit from this? That's what you're supposed to teach your children, is how to survive and thrive in any environment. And when you can take your daughter and drop her off into the middle of a bunch of people with money and she don't know what to do, but she's on a dating app looking for a sex partner. She's on a dating app looking for a bed buddy. Now she knows how to do that, but she don't know how to capitalize on the game. She don't know how to do that. This is what we mean by slut culture. Because at least a whore is going to make sure she gets some money out the game. The sluts won't even get that far. Your daughter should recognize who is useful and who isn't. She should be able to understand that. And it is your responsibility to teach her that. It's your responsibility to make sure that she understands, hey, this is what you can really use. This is what you can really use, and this is what you can't. And I know that what I'm saying tonight is absolutely new to a bunch of you because you were taught by your parents not to do this. And I'm telling you that your parents were fools. I did not say you have to sleep with anybody. You don't have to sleep with everybody. And if you're really good, you ain't got to sleep with nobody. But you should be able to capitalize on any situation that you are put in. Especially if there's money around, you ain't supposed to leave unless you got something plugged in. The news today, they're talking about Bill Clinton has got some blonde mistress. Hillary Clinton's out on her campaign stops, and Bill's got this blonde chick who's their neighbor. They're saying she's got breast implants and stuff. I'm like, man, Bill's got his heart ain't in the best condition. He's got stents, and he is still running through hoes. Well, guess what? That chick was like, look here. Bill done gave as much benefit to Hillary as he's gonna get. Everything else he can leave with me. That Clinton Foundation money, he can break me off some bread. Them book sales, he can break me off some bread. Those speeches he gives, he can break me off some bread. Damn what y'all talking about. I'm in this thing to win this thing. You can call it what you want. Monica Lewinsky walked away without a dime. Some of you hoes is dumb. This chick is like, wait a minute, this fella ain't dead yet. There's still some benefit to be had. And he clearly is not happy with his woman. Let me show him that I give a damn. My breasts ain't the nicest. Let me go get them implants put in, Bill. Is that the way you like them? I heard you like them sitting up high and pretty. Is that the way you like them? And I'm not telling any of you to chase after a married man. That's stupid. It's suicidal. It never works out. But what I am saying is that you should not miss an opportunity. Folk are not going to like it when I say this stuff right here. I said this before, and I love her to death. I do. She got mad when I said it. At first, she's told you all about this before. Mona Lachey didn't like it at first when I said this. She was mad as hell, but later she understood what I meant. And I'm going to say it again now because it's the damn truth. It's better to be the side piece to a man who's producing than the main chick to one who isn't. It is better to be the side chick to a nigga that's building than to be, quote, number one to a nigga that ain't doing nothing. And right now in black society, we got a bunch of main chicks to niggas doing nothing. And with their parents telling them that somebody who's doing something, they ain't no good. A lot of you need to accept and understand that you had a bunch of failures in your family, and they're not happy unless you're failing too. A lot of you are going to have to accept that. They're failing and they're just not happy that you're not. Or if you are failing, they're happier with you failing. I'm not going to tell any female what to be doing and what not like that. You shouldn't be a hoe. You shouldn't be a slut. But if you gonna be one, at least do it for a fella that's got something. I don't like that mess. You shouldn't get pregnant by nobody. But as far as running the game and whatnot, hey, Laura London and anybody else who running through Lil Wayne, grab the money and run. He ain't gonna do nothing with it. Smoke it up, drink it up. He's so screwed up in the damn head, the money ain't doing him no good. Hey, if he's giving it up, grab it and run. If it was my daughter, if my daughter had the opportunity to date Lil Wayne, I would not want her to. I would probably try to lead her in a different direction. But if she was just dogged and determined she gonna date Lil Wayne, I'd say, all right, little heifer, sit down. Let me give you the game. because he's too screwed up in the head and he ain't gonna be with you for no real length of time. Let me give you the game. This is how much money he got, and this is how much money you need to get. Find something that he's got that's worth something and get your name put on it. But don't you be sitting up here with this crazy crackhead Molly dropping, chicken chasing, 8-ball swilling idiot. This alien invader from another planet. Don't you sit up here and fool around with Mork and Mindy for the rest of your damn life like that. You get your ass hooked up on something that's useful. No, you don't get no babies with them because that's a bunch of mess. That's a bunch of drama and a bunch of mess you don't need. But if he's got assets and he knows other people, you're supposed to get them assets and know those other people. If you know Lil Wayne, you know Birdman. Did y'all hear me on that? Oh, you thought I was done telling you about climbing. If you know Lil Wayne, you know Birdman. Hell, if you know one of the dudes who are signed to Lil Wayne's record label, Young Money, if you know them, you know Lil Wayne. If you know Lil Wayne, you know Birdman. There is no reason for you to be struggling in the game if you are 2 degrees of separation from Brian Birdman Williams. This nigga is driving Bugatti Veyrons at $2.2 million a pop. You got no excuse. Don't teach your daughter to be no hoe. Teach your daughter to be a hustler. Teach your daughter to be a hustler. A top of the, and not just any hustler, I mean top shelf hustler. That when she's in a situation, she recognizes where the opportunities are and she takes advantage of them. People, you are like a professional. Most of you have been telling yourselves that nobody is worth professional sports money except the guys in professional sports. That's a damn lie, because all of you are athletes. You are the owner, the general manager, and the coach, offensive, defensive line, quarterback, and everything else of your own franchise, your life. And you're supposed to run your life like that. You are only going to be a prime athlete for a certain number of years, and particularly for females, you're only going to be a prime athlete for about a decade. You need to make sure that you capitalize on that as much as you can. Because when it's over, it's over. So that means that you need to make the connections so you can make the big plays. And capitalize as much on what you got while you can. You're only going to be able to play for a certain amount of time. You need to make sure that you are a 5-star player when you're out there. You need to be an all-star player. You need to be prepared for that. But nobody teaches us this. We're taught that prospering is wrong. We don't teach our daughters that every man you meet, you're not supposed to keep him. Some of them you are supposed to capitalize on your relations with them. Don't lie. Don't mess nobody over. But understand, if this is going to be temporary, get the equity out of the game. We dropping people off in banks and money vaults, and they're walking off without a penny. And then got their friends standing there cheering them on, talking about how smart and how brilliant they've been. I just think that that image in your mind should stick out. The white women are still on the yacht with the fella with the money. The black chick is breaking her arm, patting herself on the back, while she goes back to the dock where there is no one waiting. And she's calling that winning. You are a business. Your life is an enterprise. Your job is to make it the most profitable one you can. Didn't say be a skullduggerous person, didn't say be underhanded, but your job is to make your life as profitable as you can, so that you can do the most good in the world that you can. But this idea that it's okay, that ego is more important than progress, that's the craziest stuff in the world right there. And a person should be absolutely ashamed to have something like that going on. And I think that that just illustrates the problem that we have perfectly when you think about it there. B1 from the BX, you said it. That's absolutely correct. She's going back to the dock and Tinder. She left the damn money on the boat. She's gonna get off the boat so she can go back to surfing on Tinder to see if she can find another one. You had the bird in the hand, and now you're gonna go back to go see if you can find another bush. She had a bird in the hand, and now she's gonna go try to see if she can track down another bush. The white girls are still on the boat. At least they still have the chance. At least they still got that. Black society is the only place where you can say the words broke and happy, and people will seriously mean it. But she will get up tomorrow and be the first one complaining about why it is that white women are given more benefits and have finer things. That's amazing. That only lasts as long as it takes for you to get home. Then all of a sudden, it's back to reality. There are some females listening to me right now. I hope you learned something from it. Hope you get something out of it. And for the brothers out there listening, fellas, it's not that hard. It really isn't. We don't have the right associations, and we are not demonstrating we're producing. This guy here had 5 or 6 of them on the damn boat with him. Now, I'm not saying that you even want that, but as black men, we should have the ability to do it, even if we never do it. We should at least be capable. At least.